Hello, welcome back to another video. So today it is full deep clean and full house tidy day. I wouldn't normally do this all in one day. I try to spread it out and do like little and often, but I have a house inspection coming up literally in a couple of days, so I need to turn this house around, get it looking great, or at least acceptable, and yeah, you're gonna come with me. So if you've been needing a sign or motivation to get up, tidy, clean, declutter, whatever it is you need to do, take this as your sign. Equally, if you just want something to stick on in the background while you do something else, this is for you. So let's get into it. So before I start, I'm basically starting in the bathroom and just like working my way through the house. And what I'm doing is something, I feel like I saw it on like Pinterest or something maybe, but I brought a little basket with me. Basically anything that doesn't belong in that room goes in the basket. And then because I end up getting distracted, like I can literally see right in front of me, there's like a headband here, which obviously doesn't live in the bathroom, it needs to go upstairs. And I would then get distracted by something upstairs. But instead, you just pop it in the basket, and then when you then leave the room, you sort out the basket. So I'm trialing that. So I have just taken these off. This one's got like loads of little I think where they seal it like around the corner, the landlord's done that, but these really need a good scrub. So I've taken these off first so that I can start soaking them and get on with the other bits in the meantime. So I'm just going to soak them in like a bleach water solution type thing, and then give them a good scrub afterwards. Anyone else start a task like this and just like instantly regret all your life choices? I absolutely hate cleaning. It's satisfying though. So I just did this like whole bit and realised it wasn't even filming. Life of the content creator. Genuinely, I think my biggest help in all of this is the little like detail scrubber brush thing, and then this is actually for anyone that knows of like the like dust buddy like sponge things. This is like a cloth version and it's just incredible. So not only does it like get up all dust and things like that, but you can also use it for like getting up all of the, basically wiping up after, and like all of the product off. It's just so satisfying. I actually got it as a tip from a friend of mine from one of her cleaning videos, so thanks for that. It made my life a lot easier. So one thing I did say when I thought the camera was filming and it wasn't, I'm not doing like everything in here, so I'm not going to scrub every single inch of grout in my bathroom. I'm not going to scrub every single inch of everything in my whole house. I'm doing like the problem areas so that it's okay for my house inspection. And yeah, like I'm on a deadline here, you know, I don't have time to be squibbing everything. So we're doing like what absolutely needs doing basically before the house inspection. So if you're wondering why I'm like only doing parts of the grout, like I'm still going to do like a big surface clean, probably literally like the morning of the inspection, but this is more like the little nitty gritty bits for now. So I don't know if you can see, there is still like some discoloration in it, but that is so much better from what it was before. Like some of it just is not coming off. I think some of it is just this like bottom bit is discoloured, which does happen over time, as I'm told, but at least it's looking a lot better. So I'm just going to leave these to dry and then put them back on, just purely so that I'm not putting them on like soaking wet and then like creating the perfect breeding ground for more mould straight away. I think that's the thing anyway. That's what I'm going to do. So like I said, I'm not doing all of this like all in one go. I am doing like the sort of the main like problem areas, which was like the sort of like grout in the corner and like the seal here, and then like the bit where the seal was sort of like resting like against this thing here. I am then going to do like a surface clean sort of thing and like limescale remover on all of the taps and things like that, but I will do that literally like the morning of. So this is more like the deep clean bits, the scrubby bits. So yeah, I just need to rinse all that down, and then the bath is done. One thing down, like a million things to go. So I do normally use cloths on pretty much everything. I'm just using a bit of a mix today of cloths and the wipes, purely to make it easier for myself. I think sometimes it's just, if it's going to make you do it and it's going to make it easier, then just do it, genuinely. Like, I found I wasn't cleaning as much because it was such a chore to clean, but then having things like wipes on hand just made me more likely to actually clean. So I'd rather do that, get into the habit of cleaning, and then work on like sort of using better stuff after I'm in the habit of cleaning, because I've made it easy for myself to get into that habit. So I'm going to do the other side like on the morning of, when I'm like last minute dash around clean. but at least that's now all done. So again, I'll just hoover like before on the actual morning of, and that's to go in the car. But otherwise, we'll reset out here. I'm going to do an upcycle on this at some point. Stay tuned. So we're now onto the kitchen. The first job is the extractor fan, like above here. I cleaned these not that long ago, but to be honest, I might just soak them again. So I'm going to take these out and soak them, clean all up around here because it is pretty gross, and then I'll probably like all the sides will get wiped over, but I'll do them again before the inspection anyway. I think that's probably the main thing to do in here is up here, purely because it's a big scrubby job that they might look at. I'm not really bothering too much with like my kitchen appliances. I mean, this is gross, but let's not look at that. So I'm not really bothering too much with like my kitchen appliances because obviously they're mine, but I'm just making sure that anything that is actually part of the house, like it's the landlord's, like obviously this is part of the house. So I'm making sure that like this is clean. But I will do things like, you know, my toaster, my microwave, things like that, which are around this side. I'll do things like these another day. I'm gonna like just like clear up all of this sort of stuff, just little bits like that really. So I've just gone in with like just some hot soapy water just to see if I can get any of it off before, because a lot of it is just dust, but then obviously it ends up getting like stuck on there. I don't actually know if you're supposed to use this stuff on extractor fans. I mean, it just says don't apply too much pressure to glass and ceramic hobs as it may scratch the surface. Cooker tops, sinks, UPVC, barbecues, yeah. Fine. To be fair, I really didn't even have to apply that much pressure on the other side. Genuinely, like, I'm barely putting pressure on that. So I'm really not putting too much pressure on at all, especially on the actual black extractor fan. And this isn't like one of those super scratchy ones, like it is a sort of more scrubby one than a cloth, but it's not one of those like super abrasive sponges. If anyone has any tips on how to get this like matte black really clean, let me know, because it does just show marks so easily. And that now just looks so much cleaner. Like obviously you can still see some marks at the minute from where I was like wiping it where it's drying, but that is so much cleaner now. That's good, I'm happy with that. I think I'm just gonna like wipe over like the cabinet doors and things like that, give everything a good dust as well. Like this house gets so dusty, so like even bits like up in the like corners and things like that, I'm just gonna make sure everything gets a really good dust. Wipe all of the kitchen cabinets over, and yeah, that will probably, to be fair, be the kitchen fairly done for now. I'll then just obviously have to sort things out, like in the, I've just covered the hob up at the minute with tea towels so nothing dripped, but I'll just have to, you know, obviously like clean the side, clean that side as well, and then just like those bits need to go out to the garden, not the plastic thing that they're in, but like the egg boxes and stuff like that, because I had those into the compost. And then I'll just sweep, but I'll do all that like the morning of. There's like, I don't know if you can see, there's basically this crack in here. It's not actually like, because these are built in like cabinet basically things, whatever. There's like this crevice here, and there's so much stuff in there. I'll try and show you. Can you see all in there? I don't know how stuff gets in there, but it does. So I'm gonna just use my that little tool and just see if I can like get any of it out. Like I'm just destroying my brush. It's not really doing a whole lot, but I mean, I think it's done something. Like, I mean, you probably can't actually see it. It's like really deep in there now. So it's like still kind of in there, really can't get it out. But I feel like it's better than it was. So thankfully when I have a house inspection, they don't really check like inside my fridge or anything like that, like inside cupboards. Like that would obviously be probably quite invasive. So thankfully I then don't have to make sure all of that's done at the same time. Like I can leave that job for another cleaning day. Obviously not leave it indefinitely. But just for now, I can focus on other bits purely for the inspection. So, I don't know if you can hear me, I'm just going to put all this stuff for now in a bag to go in the shed. So I tend to save a lot of these like plastic trays for starting seeds, and then the egg boxes to go in my compost. So obviously the hob and like kitchen sides and stuff still need to be cleaned, but I can do that closer to the time. Because realistically I'm still going to be cooking between now and then. Like I've literally got to cook dinner tonight, things like that, so I will just do that morning of. Now I need to tackle this this corner here. So I mean, these are the like boxes that I've brought out from other parts in the house, so obviously I'm just kind of using the boxes and slowly making my way to the rooms where they belong, rather than getting distracted putting all this stuff away and not just doing the room I'm in. I need to sort out all this washing. Most of this is clean, and then there's just like some dirty. I literally changed my sheets like last night, so that needs to go in the wash basket. I'm probably not gonna, normally, you know, like a nice house reset, I would do my bed sheets, things like that. I did change them last night, but I'm not gonna wash those ones just yet. I'm gonna wait until after the inspection, just so that I don't have like laundry hanging out drying while I'm having the inspection. I know it's not a big deal, but just my personal choice. So let's get on with this. I think I've realised out of everything, laundry is the one task that I actually don't mind. Like, when it comes to, you know, I don't know how people like divvy up their chores, you know, if you live with other people, whether it's like partners, friends, whatever, but like, if there's one chore I don't mind having, it's actually the laundry. I'm never very good at putting it away. Like, I'm great at doing the laundry and getting it all through, getting it all like hung up and dried. I really don't mind all of that. It's then when it comes to like actually putting it away, it just sits like in a pile for like a week, to the point where I thought I lost a pair of jeans the other day, and turns out they were just in a laundry pile that I completely forgot was even there, even though it was right in front of my face. So I'm terrible at putting away the laundry, but I'm great at actually doing it. Maybe I need like a better system. I think because part of it is because I don't really have like my clothes storage sorted out yet. So obviously I'm still doing like loads of stuff around the house. You wouldn't believe I've lived here 10 months already. But I'm still sort of like getting things sorted, and it's just taking a lot longer than I originally thought. At least it does mean I've found that there's like some things that I've started to put in place and I'm like, oh, actually that's not going to work. So then I've like moved things around. So originally like this laundry basket was upstairs, but then when it actually came to practically doing the laundry, I was like, this is a nightmare. So I was like, I needed it downstairs. So I have found that it's almost like better and it makes things more efficient around the house, but it's like slow decorating because you almost have to like do something, live with it for a little while, see if you like it, and then do something different if you don't. So like the thing I did for like my kitchen windowsill for like plants and stuff, I'm still really torn on that because I love having the extra space for plants, but it blocks out a lot of the natural light, which I already struggle with in this house as it is, and especially now with like starting to film and all of that. As I started, I'm doing it for a couple of months now, but it's like I don't want to block out any natural light. So if anyone's got any ideas on that, let me know. But there we go, laundry done, and then this is probably, actually no, to be fair, because I've got the inspection, this won't now sit in a pile for ages. It's going to have to get put away. Maybe I just need to start inviting more people around to my house, and then I'll get things done more. Maybe that's the trick. So yes, there's still things down here, but honestly it's not the end of the world. Like this, yeah, this is still messy, but this isn't anything like of the landlord's. Same as like, this is not super nicely organised, but that's fine. It's generally like, obviously I still need to do stuff here, but like things are clean. Like the actual bits of the house are getting clean, which is the main thing. And just as well, like it's tidy, you can walk through, even if the actual organisers, like the shelves and stuff, aren't super neat, Pinteresty looking. That's realistically not my house right now, which is fine. But this is now 2 rooms down, 2 to go. No, 3 to go. So now onto the living room, which honestly is more about tidying than anything else. Like the only things that I really need to clean in here is I need to clean the window and like the windowsill behind the curtain, and I just need to like dust everywhere. But it's more like I want to get like these things cleared away. I want to sort of like clear some of this up, and like on top of here. And there's also then behind me, these are the boxes that are currently traveling through the house as I am like cleaning, tidying, all of that. But I just obviously currently I've got like a workbench in my living room, which is probably going to have to stay somewhere in here. But everything just needs like a good clean, a good tidy up. I can finally put this puzzle away, which I did last week, which I think actually is in my vlog a little bit. So yeah, it's more tidying from here on in, because even upstairs it's more tidying than cleaning, I would say. So let's get started. I'm terrified of there being like spiders everywhere, because they just get everywhere. This is all basically, anyone who's like new to the channel watching this, I basically am a serial hobbyist. I have so many different hobbies, and one of them recently has been like woodwork and basically like building like the furniture and bits that I need for my house out of pallet scraps, which I'm really loving, and it's really giving a sort of like rustic, like cottagey vibe, like farmhouse vibes to everything that I'm making, because obviously like pallet wood is not perfect. You know, like there's holes in things, there's things like some of the planks are like warped, and you just have to kind of do your best with it, really. But then it ends up being, I end up with like half finished stuff everywhere. I end up with like tools all over the place, with wood all over the place. Like, yeah, it's a lot, basically. It is a lot. So I just want to get this box to the point where I can close the lid, so that then I can take this out to my log store and just leave it out there just while I've got the house inspection, and then I can have a proper go through of it and sort things out at another point. But like I have said, for now it is just doing my best to sort things out, and we can make things nice and pretty and properly organised later. So now this can go out to the log store, as well as the planks there, they can go out. So let's take those outside. And now I can put things on here, which for now, again, this is all like a temporary job. So I don't know what is with me today and forgetting to press the record button, but just sort of like tidied this up a bit, moved the box of all of my random content bits and electronics and whatnot onto one of these shelves. Got some space on there that I can then chuck stuff in for now. Again, it's very much this is not this is not how everything is going to be. This is just, I'm tidying up for the inspection. I want to do like a full house declutter and organise and everything some point soon, hopefully, so follow along for that, as that will be coming soon. But yeah, this is that for now. Really annoying that this basket doesn't fit here properly. I need to figure out a solution for this. I'm not quite sure yet, so we'll leave it for now. This is actually got to go with me tomorrow. It is some little bits that I picked up from pottery painting when I went with my friend. So I'm sure it will show you what we actually did. I don't know, vlog or over on Instagram or something. Same with like slippers. Why do I have slippers everywhere? I really, like, where do people store these when they're like not actually using them? This, oh my god, this has been like the best cookbook ever. It's honestly, it's the Good Housekeeping cookery book. Get it, just get it. So now we're looking a lot better. So I'll obviously just like neaten up the sofa before the inspection. Equally, I'll probably be sat there doing my work, to be fair. This stuff just needs to go upstairs on the tripod, obviously. All that's left to do is sort out the table. So I've got a nice tablecloth that I bought ages ago and haven't actually put on the table, so I figured, you know what, I may as well do that. And then, like I said, it's not perfect, but it's just neater and tidier than it was. This has then just like got to go up to the bin and recycling, and then this will probably go upstairs as well. That was basically really gross around our windowsill. There's like a hole. Like, this is what I mean, like old houses. I'll show you. This is why like I don't mind like living in an old house, but I would do something about this if it was my house. So there's like that little hole by the windowsill, and there's like, I've seen it multiple times, there's like a spider that lives in there, and it means that the windowsill gets like really cobwebby and it all like goes on this curtain and stuff. I really need to give this a good wash. But equally, I see a lot of dead flies like around here, so I'm like, you know what, you're paying your rent, you're doing your dues, I'm not going to try and like exterminate you for now, but we'll see. If you come out your hidey hole too much, then maybe. So one thing that I'm just going to do, this is not window and glass cleaner. This is basically, it's like a bug repellent, like homemade spray or whatever. It's basically just, I think it's like water, a little bit of white vinegar, maybe like a bit of like dish soap, like fairy liquid, something like that, and some different like essential oils. So things like citrus and mint, eucalyptus, things like that are apparently really good for like keeping spiders away. So it is spider season and there are so many spiders around, so I am just sort of spraying this around any sort of like, I'm thinking like entrances and exits to the house, like windows, doors, things like that. Equally as well anywhere where I see a lot of spiders, so I'm not really too fussed about the one that's in here, but I don't want any more. So, plus it actually smells really nice. So the only other thing left to do now here in the living room is like sweep and then mop. And probably recently I've actually found it easier to sweep and then use to kind of like get any bits up like around the edges and like skirting boards, corners, things like that. I think because it's like hardwood floors, it's actually like, yeah, I just find it easier to sweep rather than hoover. Obviously the rug is a bit different, that will need hoovering, but I'm gonna have to get the hoover out anyway to go upstairs. So I'll then just hoover the rug when I do that basically. But on to sweeping. Crazy to me like how much stuff gets up so quickly in this house. It's something like old properties, so dusty. Right, so that is this bit all sorted now, and then I just need to like sweep on the other side of the camera and then like in the kitchen and stuff. But honestly, I've still got to cook tonight, so I'm going to do that last thing in the morning, whereas in here probably shouldn't get too messy. So now we're going to go upstairs, which is mostly tidying and then dusting, as always in this house. Now currently this is the office space, which hasn't really changed much since I moved in and chucked things into place and then haven't got around to actually sorting it out. So a lot of this is like, some of it I've got like boxes of like decor type things, like picture frames. In here there's like all sorts of different like vases and like loads of different things, and which I cannot wait to get to the point where I'm actually like decorating the house properly. But I almost wanted to like get things sorted and like organized and sort storage for stuff first, and then I've just procrastinated that. So a lot of this is like craft kind of supplies, like stationery bits in here. I've got like fabrics and yarn and all sorts of different things. So at some point, which I'm hoping I'm actually going to start this after the inspection, I am going to be decluttering a lot of this and just like sorting it all out. So stay tuned. So for now, in terms of like sorting it out, I am just going to sort of like tidy it up a little bit. But realistically, this room is gonna look a bit of a state. So but if it's only one room, then I don't mind as much. But I'm just gonna sort of like move these, and I've got like some other like dismantled furniture I'm just gonna sort of like put it all together really in here. So that, and then just sort of like tidy this up, tidy up the desk, like clean the window and dust, things like that. So this is actually a chest of drawers that I've been meaning to upcycle pretty much forever. So yeah, that as well might be a future video. I think this is actually empty. I'm just gonna pop these bits in here. This is now like my dump space, just before the inspection, but I'm very much looking forward to actually sorting this all out and decluttering it. So now this is the state of the bedroom. So I need to tidy up this sort of like, I mean this is where I do like all my like hair and makeup and all that, but I could just do a bit of tidy up. Need to clear the floor. I have a massive pile of clothes to put away. The bed needs making because I'm a lazy bitch. Honestly, like these things, this is not like permanent furniture that I want here. This is like, I've started moving things around, so like this is a new thing for the end of the bed. I got bedside tables for me and my partner, and yeah, it's getting there, but obviously with it all being like I'm trying to do it like fairly slowly, I then have like bits like this. So like that was my bedside table, and I feel like there was something else here. No, maybe it was those drawers. So nothing is sort of like in a permanent state currently, but it still needs tidying. So I kind of have like a for now tidy. I do, like these are bits from like another dismantled bit of furniture. I actually got it off Marketplace, and I got it to use the bits of wood for other DIY projects. It was just free off Marketplace. But yeah, so let's get to work. This mirror reminds me so much of like being in uni, and yeah, I can't wait to get rid of it. But right now it's the only thing that I have is like a full-length mirror. Please tell me I'm not the only one that had one of these in uni and has kept it since. So how I always do it when I'm putting away my laundry is I just have everything all together, and then I have like certain things that are hung up and other things that are like folded in drawers, and I just basically section everything out. So like I fold up there, I've got like my jumpers that I've started folding up, so folded those up and then they're in a pile so then they can go away. Same as like, so anything that gets hung up sort of like just gets put like in a pile together for stuff to get hung up. Like pyjamas, they all go in a drawer, so they get like folded up, put in a pile so that then they can go in the drawer. And then once I have like a whole bunch of piles, I'll show you what I do. It's really not revolutionary. So now I basically have like all of my piles. I put all the stuff away that's like folded stuff, so all my pajamas are folded and they get put in a drawer. So I take all of the piles of folded clothes and put them where they belong basically. And also just realised I have a bag down here from when I went to my partner's family's house. There's some bits that need putting away. I can't be the only one that like overpacks, so then I just end up having to put loads of like clean clothes away again. So what is the term that people use on like TikTok? It's like long distance, short distance, boyfriend or whatever. Basically, you know, the partners where like you're not like currently living together and you don't live like hours and hours away, but you live far enough away, like it's like a half-hour drive or something, so you have like an overnight bag. I have like this one bag, I just keep it as like my overnight bag, like my general overnight bag, and I have this little beauty which has sort of got like all the essentials that if I completely forgot to pack anything in this bag, I would be able to survive like a night basically with just this. So I just basically keep that in that bag at all times. So little hack for anyone there. Now what I do with all my hanging clothes is I just then section them out into like different clothes so that I'm not having to like move things around in my wardrobe constantly to be able to put things away. So I put like all the tops together, all the dresses together, just however it's organised in your wardrobe. Equally, if you don't have any organisation in your wardrobe, feel free to not do this, obviously. But I do have like certain organisation. I feel like I'm that like, what is it? You got like type A and type B. I always see like the, what is it? It's like type C, where you're like kind of in between. You try and set all these systems, but you don't really stick to it. That's like me. Like I'm a bit of a mix, really. I'm type A and type B. So like some things are really well organised, but it only makes sense to me, really, because it's not actually really organised. So I will then typically, like the door is just here, I just hang the clothes on the door handle, and then basically once there's too many on here, I'll go and like take them into the other room, just purely because that's the current setup I have with clothes, because they're currently hanging in like a temporary wardrobe type thing in the office. So that's what I tend to do currently, just so that I'm not having to walk like back and forth between the rooms to put stuff in, like hang things up. This one is, I'm definitely looking forward to actually having like everything properly organised and sorted out around the house. And honestly, I actually couldn't tell you why I've procrastinated it to this point where, you know, I've been like 10 months. Please tell me I'm not the only one who does this, where like I've just procrastinated this for what seems like forever. Like, does anyone else put off doing things around the house for so long? Does anyone else do this? Does anyone else live in a place for like a year and you've still got boxes that are unpacked? It's ridiculous. I know that it's ridiculous. So the inspection is tomorrow, so obviously there are certain things like I'm gonna have to make my bed again, but I will just make it now because why not. Also, okay, so I bought this was also part of my haul, this new bedding set. This is a Super King bedding set on a Super King duvet. Why is there like an extra 1.5 feet on the side? Like, I don't understand it. So it was from Primark, and I'm like, have Primark just, is it something with the material? Is it like why is it so big? I've also just been, because I actually dyed my hair, like if you notice, like between the clips, between what I did yesterday or the day before, so I literally dyed my hair like last night. And yeah, so I've just been, I didn't want to like anything to come off on my nice new sheets, so I have been sleeping with a t-shirt over my pillow for the last couple nights, just until I get like, you know, a wash or two in on my hair, and then I will braid the pillows. Oh, wow, I'm tired. So there's a few little jobs left to do, like tomorrow morning before the inspection, but that is the majority of it. That is pretty much everything done. And yeah, I mean, you can probably tell at this point, I don't even know what to say. Like, there aren't words coming to my brain. I'm that tired and that just like, I need to mentally clock off. I'm gonna go and do some like nice little activity. Maybe like, maybe I'll start another jigsaw puzzle, who knows? Maybe that'll be in the next vlog again. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed. Hope that this has given you some motivation to go and clean, or that you've just enjoyed a little like body double moment. I don't know why I'm still like crouched on the floor, but anyway. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that stuff. Like, it really does mean the world. I'm really trying to reach 100 subscribers, so let's go. So let's see if we can hit that point like by the end of the month. So I realise it's like the start of the month now. Is it, by the time this goes up? I don't know. Let's say by the end of September. Let's try and aim for that, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. So anyway, I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.